Hello, creature. See you getting lazy. I'm just trying to find my programmer. Hey, Rutko and Blood. Like, I've got the Adafruit one. What did I do with the... Oh, right. Huh. Okay, this is probably the only downside of the Nano programmer, is that it's so small that I forget that it's attached to the end. I might actually change the 3-pin header on that and just have it straight out rather than offset like that. It's not a problem with what they've done, it's just a personal preference thing, that's all. Nothing more. It's all good to have choices. Anyway, I'm just having some coffee at the moment. I shouldn't really be at nearly 10 o'clock at night. And I'm going to have to do micro in 15 minutes. Hey there, Mr. Howe. Pedro. Gary Hampson. Did I say hello to Zoltan? Stuart. Let's see. I guess I'll just be doing more USB-C meters tonight. Like I said, just got to clear out what get what I can built while I can. Yeah. Even if I'm only doing 4 at a time, 4 every day, then that's 4 more done every day. Until I just either run out of stock. I just don't. I've done my time with manufacturing of these things. It's Let me know what you think. I was kind of thinking of this could be a bit. I don't know where I'm standing myself with this one, but I was thinking, I could sell the reproduction license for $1,000 for both the ring lights and the meters. I don't really want to split them. It would be non-exclusive, of course, but realistically, once one person is doing it, then no one else is probably going to do it anyway. But the other thing is, of course, is you look at these things, you can spend a couple of months and prototype your own version. At least the nice thing is, because you've seen how I've built them, it'll be very quick and easy for you to come up with a copy of it without anything. Whereas when I built mine, when I went through the prototypes, there was like 6 or 7 prototypes of both actually, until I sort of found what I wanted. So that's why it's always easier to sometimes be the second runner in a game, because you can then just simply follow whatever the other person was successful with. How about you create stock once every few months? Because I just really don't want to be doing it anymore, B-Blood. Between the software, like Flexboard View development, the MacBook repairs, and the other things that I do around here, I just need to drop something, and the manufacturing's probably the best one to drop. Alright, coffee's done. Gloves on. Gotta pre-chill the gloves, otherwise they only get halfway onto my hands and they stick. Okay, gloves pre-chilled and on. Fresh board sheet. So I love designing things. I love doing the prototyping, all that sort of stuff. That's my game. But when it comes to routine production, it's not my thing. And it's not to say that routine production is an easy thing or specifically boring or anything like that. It is actually quite hard to maintain a smooth flowing production line. If I really wanted to get serious, I'd say dump $10,000 into a pick and place machine or two of them, and just have them set up to like churn it over. You probably need about, what do I got here? 12. So I needed, yeah, at least 15 feeders, things like that. So yeah, it'd be about $5,000 a pop for the machines, for desktop ones. Let's see, what else do I need here? More connectors. Hey, Sabermetric, got Bodger here. Oh, what? Why is Bodger with you, Sabermetric? Or are you Bodger? And like the desktop pick and place machine that I've seen, it'll do 12mm and 8mm tapes, so that means this kind of stuff, you still have to manually place that. You didn't know I was streaming? Oh, right, yes, sorry, I did forget to mention it to the usual group. So I just kind of like went, I've got to build some, so yeah. Alright. Okay, cat parents, pet parents are more than welcome here. With that stencil. Antonio. The other reason why I'm not going to be doing this too much longer, if I can help it, is because understandably I don't want to traumatize Creature too much more. Poor guy's already been through enough watching me do this. I think it's the humane thing for me to do. Hey Harold, welcome. Let's do a little bit of a zoom in. There we go. Thankfully I didn't smudge any of that. That was close. Too close. Blind, when are your that board is already made. It's already set. And of course I will add the signed one as well that you're after. You just want a blank, don't you? Just a blankety blank one with no actual parts on it. Do you want that, or do you want the? Well, maybe I'll just send you a ring board too. Looking good. Right. Put this back away. I am very glad that I bought myself that stainless steel magnetic platform. It is magnetic stainless steel. It's not, not all stainless is magnetic. It's a very convenient size. It's an A4 size. It works well with this situation. Could I make a better stenciling system? Sure, probably. But do I need to? No. Okay, I just swear I saw a torchlight then. Maybe. On edge. Alright, let's get our vacuum pen. John, basically because I've got too many things running concurrently. My fingers in too many pies, as they say. And I need to focus a little more strongly on my other areas. And to be fair, this was never really meant to be a permanent thing. It was a case of I did the prototyping and the design and the build for myself. I achieved the results I wanted. I got the tool I wanted out of it. And then I did a few for other people, but that was really it. Oh yes, the surgery with C5 and 6, was it? I'm glad to hear it went okay. As okay as that kind of surgery can go. Like I said, I'd be happy to license this out to someone. A no royalty license, in the sense of just simply you buy the rights to the license and you can produce as many as you want. I'm not going to cry if you make 1 million of them and sell 1 million. But it is a non-exclusive license. But I'm almost dead set certain what anyone would do is just buy one of these, reverse engineer it, and sell their own version. And you know what? I really don't care. Like I said, I got what I wanted out of this. I got a tool that I like, that works for me. Some other people did too. And that's pretty much the end of the story of what I needed. And I'm like that with a lot of my stuff. Like, I mean, for 30 years I've been writing open source software and using the BSD type license or MIT license. Basically the license that says do whatever the hell you like with the software. C67, that's right. Yep. Yeah, I'll send you both blanks, Blodger. Now some people may go, but you just bought the wand and everything. Yeah, the vacuum pen. This isn't going to go to waste. There's more prototypes and projects I'm going to be doing for myself. I need to go do the insulin. I'll be back. Luna? Hello? Hey, Micro. Hey, Bubba. Yeah, we're gonna give you a shot. Which side do you want it on tonight? You on this side? Okay. There you go. All done. Micro's had his shot. Okay, that's all done. It's up to you, Hara, because, yeah, I mean, I would not at all be remotely offended if you just simply came up with your own version. I really wouldn't. And I don't doubt that you would put your own spin on it, and it'd probably make it better than mine for sure. Obviously, I'd be including the firmware. Oh, looks like we ran out of 212s. Unfortunately, no. Kits are actually one of those things that end up taking more time and costing more money than just selling it straight. I know it sounds a tad counterintuitive, but it's just the reality of it. Kits require a lot more work. Yeah, have them all. There you go. The pick and place machine, the human being is a little bit lazy and he grumbles a lot, and the precision is a little dubious, but I'm okay. I think the first things that Hara would do would be to reorganize the orientation of the parts so that everything is either going to be, this orientation or that orientation rather than all mixed around the place for a given part type. So like all of the same component names, values would all be going in the same orientation. So no matter what you pick out of the container, it's going to, or the tape, you're just going to be doing the same motion. Yeah, stuff like that. That's kind of optimizing that I haven't bothered to do. The other problem, Harold, is that I've only got Eagle 7 design files. So yeah, that might taint your expectations. The other trick, Harold, would be that you would need a Linux machine with the software too. Well, the firmware is no problem, because if you've got a AVR programmer, then you're fine. but the actual client software, I use Linux to build that for both the Windows and the Linux versions. And then of course you need a Mac for the Mac version. Oh, good on you, Paul. Yeah, stuck that in the wrong place. That's entertaining. My compressor decided to kick in. That just happens because obviously it leaks ever so slowly. Oh, okay. Right, you do use it. Yeah, I use Eagle 7 simply because of the fact that, well, I used the last Eagle version they put out before they went to subscription. So I guess that's fortunate. I mean, there's some features that the new Autodesk version has which will be very nice, but it's not enough to justify their subscription system for me. Especially considering these sort of two-sided low density boards you're just not going to need. So you spend an extra 15, 20, 30 minutes routing manually. Big whoop. Now I've got solder paste in my nozzle. Yep. .1. Was that the last one? I can't remember. All I know is that it was the highest version that I could get, or that I upgraded to before they say that's it, now you have to go to subscription. And so I said, sure, I'll take my license and keep this software perpetually. I'm only upset that I didn't get the professional ones, which allow for a bigger board and more sheets, but it turns out I never ended up needing it anyway, at least thus far. And if I get to that point, then I guess I'll have to learn KiCad. As bizarro as it is, or seems to be. Joho, yeah, that's a new one. I got it from AliExpress. It is still an aquarium pump. They just reverse the valvings on them. And it works well. I gotta admit, it works better than the one that I made for myself. It's the same concept, but at least instead of their parts being hacked and hot glued, they're actually in the right place. Okay, we've got actually a bit of paste missing on that leg there. That's okay. It was cheap enough. I think it was like $20 or $25 for it. I'm happy with that. Should I put these ones on? Wait, there's something sticky on my tweezers. Must be a bit of flux. Ah, Harold, yeah, that's a pain, yeah. So that's one of the few reasons I would have gone for the professional edition of Eagle, is because for the extra sizes. But in the end, I think it was only one project where I was looking like I was going to hit that outer limit. But in the end, I actually split it. And so I had a daughter board sitting on top of the main board, and that's how I got around, that's how I got around that one. That was for my low ohms meter. So I had a daughter board for the power, just normal DC and power sort of thing. And then I had a daughter board for one of the sensors, and a daughter board for the display control. Stick them all together, and it all worked. Okay, there goes everything. Looks like it. Okay, power up. I think my limit is 100 by 100 on my Eagle, so 160 by 100 is an interesting limitation. Oh well. Hey Teresa, been a while since I've seen you around like this. Hey Sotterbridge. Certainly Harold, if you're interested, yeah, I mean, I'll send you an email. We can work out a bit of a better pricing for you. Oh, you can make bigger boards, but you can't have the parts outside there. Okay. Can you have complicated routing outlines still outside? Or is it strictly just a square cut, a rectangular cut? And Neo? Like I said, if I need something bigger these days, I'll probably just go to KiCad. Even though that in itself is probably going to be a painful learning experience. School holidays for Teresa, right? That explains that. We're only just hitting 90 Celsius on these boards. At least the one upside for you, Harold, is that you'd actually be closer in terms of shipping costs than I am for the rest of the world. So you'd probably be able to make a better margin than I can. You can do routing and traces outside that area. I think you can even do components as long as the origin. Oh, okay, that's some sneaky stuff. Yeah. So you make parts with the origin as the pin and in the corner. $130. Harold, do you have a 3D printer though? Because obviously for the ring lights you're going to have to print or do something about the ring adapter. If you don't really want to worry about the ring light, that's fine too. Just, yeah, whatever. At least something like this better suits what you do, on a daily basis. Yeah, don't touch that, let it be. 160. You don't have a 3D printer, but I mean, the 3D printer that Therese sent me, the one you can see right behind me here, that was like a €150 maybe, and it does a perfectly fine job. The only thing is you have to use PET, not PLA, but you can easily print, I think, 4 of the rings every hour or so. And obviously, you'd get the 3D print files. Hey Pro, how's the Nano UPDI? It's good. I was thinking of changing the angle pins here just to straight out, just for my own personal use. Nothing wrong with those ones. Nothing wrong at all with them. Yeah. Oh, it did pull itself. That pulled itself back into alignment. That's good. I'm just waiting for these pads up here to reflow. Yeah, 3D printers are a nice tool to have in the workshop. I think the trick is finding a place for them where they can stay nearly permanently. And yeah, that, like the one that you can see behind me, I am probably going to be taking that ultrasonic cleaner out, putting it into the shed. I just don't use it anymore. There's nothing wrong with it per se, it's just I don't do that anymore. Now we're just going to wait for these to cool down. A little bit squiggly over here. I'm getting pedantic there, and that's a bad thing. Hey Paul Norman, Happy New Year to you too. Already over a week into it. And I'm just going to quickly modify this with a different type of header. Like I said, nothing wrong with this, nothing wrong at all. I'm only changing it for my own personal preference. Now, if only I could... Hey, Tom Morgan. Headers. A retro and new. Okay, right angle. Your doubles. How hard is it for me to find a single right angle header row? There we go. Yeah, the trouble with the PLA is that the PLA actually crumbles apart after a few months. It just naturally gets weaker, and the heat cycling from the ring light causes it to just eventually catastrophically crack. So yeah, PLA is the right option for that. PETG. So yeah, I did start out using PLA just simply because I didn't know any better. And then after about 6 months of using it, it cracked. Unfortunately, it was at such a time that I only had 1 or 2 of the units out there. Just people testing them. So it wasn't a big issue. And it actually illustrates a good example of how sometimes you really do have to have long testing in the field. Because if I just jumped off right at the start there, started sending them out with the PLA ones, then I would have had quite a lot of people with failing ring light adapters now, as in the interface to the microscope. So thankfully it didn't go that way. I think you did, Teresa, yeah, and I bought myself some as well. I got some different colours, like I got blue and whatever. It did the job nicely, thank you. For PETG, I don't have to. I find I don't have to ventilate. Yeah, Creature, you're right. It was, but see how I'm doing it different with the other one. The plastic block was upright, whereas this time I'm doing it offset on an angle like this, which isn't correct in any way, but it's the way I'm doing it. So suffer all ye who don't like what I'm doing. It's just the way I like to do it. Yeah, it's not much of a difference, but it is. I mean, obviously you could have just simply laid them straight, but I wanted the mechanical through-hole connection on this too. Oops. That's the only trouble when you do it this way, is sometimes the angle's wrong. It's not a real issue. And I'm not going to mess with it. I'm going to leave it be as it is. Oh. And then we just clippy. And then we push this back. Not always so easy. I don't want to damage the board, obviously, so you've got to be careful when pushing this back. Yeah, I'm going to leave that be. If I push it hard enough to slide those plastic blocks back, I'll probably damage something. So I'm going to leave it be. You're absolutely right, Creature. It will have a repetitive stress injury failure mode. You're absolutely right about that. No, Terry, these are actual Nipix brand side cutters. These are pretty high-end units. I really should not be using them cutting legs like that, but I do. I do have the printer ones, but they are with the printer. Okay, and I'm pink marking because I can see the color more than I can see the writing. There we go. Okay. Okay, now we've got to inspect them, see how many horrible joins we made. Okay, this is the one that, I'll do it immediately. This is the one that didn't have any paste on that leg there. So we'll immediately fix that up. Yeah, I haven't put any heat shrink on it yet. I should do. Let's see if I've got some clear 9mm or something like that. Anything up to 12mm probably should do it, I think. Just looking for my big box of heat shrink. I had it just a day ago. Ah, there. Is that it? That should about do it. Reminds me of the model aircraft days where I'd heat shrink up little speed controllers. There we go. Nice. Hey, one new me. Probably could have gone a little bit longer there, but that's okay. Does the job. Yeah, great. Yeah, putting your signature mark on it by leaving your fingerprint. Okay, that looks fine. And yes, done it more than enough times, I agree. Okay, that's fine. Seem to have gotten the stencil thickness down pretty good now. Yeah, we're not getting too much excess paste piling up anywhere. Yeah, that connector there, that was the one I was trying to stuff around with while it was reflowing. We'll fix that up. I mean, that's perfectly good quality if you're coming out of a Chinese factory. It's connected. What more do you need? In fact, there's probably excess there. But we like to do better. There we go. I realise it's not the same alignment, but I was more worried about the actual electrical contact. Yeah, yeah, they'll send a few people OCDing. The easiest way is we just flip them over so they can't even see the numbers. Okay, let's get some programming underway. See if I can not do too many reverse polarities this time, eh? At least I got the nice pink mark there. It's all good. Oops, I moved it. That's my bad. We're done. Okay, let's get ourselves a panel. Victim phone, my own. I need the right cable for this one. Where are you? Have you locked all the PCBs or anything? What do you mean by locked? Sorry. That's good. Oh, checked. Yes, I've checked them all. Yep. Okay, that's good. I really would prefer a flip down FPC connector on these things rather than this friction feed in. That's good. I mean, I suppose realistically it's barely ever, you use it maybe 2 cycles on the connector, so I guess I'm just lazy. Good, that's it. They're all good. There we go for time. An hour. Alright, that's pretty much it for tonight. Did my stack of 4. Keeps me happy. And if I do, the 4 every couple of days, then probably in about 2 or 3 weeks, so maybe a week and a half, I should have all of them done. As it is, I think I'm running low on USB-C connectors, so that may be my initial limitation, and then I may not even decide to push beyond that. Let's try and have a look. Let's see how many we've got. So, yeah, we need 1, 2. So we've got 32. So we've only got enough for 16 more panels. So that's about right for what I was planning. I was thinking about 20. So 16 plus the 4, plus I've got another 6. So yeah, let's call it 20, 24 before I'm done. I don't think I'll buy another bag of 100 USB-C ports. I think we'll just call it done and leave it at that. Thank you, Mr. Bodger. So, okay, everybody. Well, I believe Joey Does Tech is having a stream very shortly after this. What is it? 10:45 here. So I think he's either 15 minutes away or an hour and 15 minutes away. Anyway, so if you want to pop along to that, you can catch up with Joey Does Tech, who's doing more repairs, I imagine, tonight on gaming consoles. He's almost at 100,000 subs. So if you want to jump along there and subscribe to him as well. Can someone put the Joey Does Tech link up, by the way? Bodger, have you got that? Yeah, hour 15. Okay, thank you. That'd be good. Let's just pack my trash away. I don't have his link handy. I'm sure somebody will. Here we go. Damn it, Mr. Bodger's already just there. Alright then, I'm out of here. Thank you very much, everybody. I will see you on the next one. Till then, you take care. Have a good one. I'll see you next time.